Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to my sketchbook, where I am making dust jacket protector covers for the 7 books in the Harry Potter series. Before I get started on that, I'm going to show you something kind of interesting. This is a metal case for chocolate frogs, and on the inside of this is where we keep all of the chocolate frog cards. So if you look at this, you have Dumbledore on one of the cards, and then the next 4 are the founders of Hogwarts. So there you have Gryffindor, here you have Hufflepuff. Let's see here. There's Ravenclaw and Slytherin. So I'm going to set that one aside because that's going to be kind of in the background of what I'm going to do here. So put those back in the case, just like that. I'll set that off to one side. This is the book that we're going to make something for. Now, I really like this cover, and so it's probably a good thing to protect it. Okay, well, I'm going to set that aside as well as this. I'm going to set that there. So I'm going to get started, open up my inkwell, get my pen. All right, let's get to work on this. So as you can see, no pre-penciling. This is just a sketch with ink and pen. If it's terrible, we're just going to live with it because, well, that's part of what I do anyway. So let's see if that'll lock down well enough. Do I want roughly there? Let's see. I'm going to start with the title, actually, of the book. And that should be it. Well, the title anyway. That's weird that I did that. Anyway, that's funny that I did that. Well, we'll let that just sort of be as it is because, well, I didn't plan on printing that Z or Z. Let's go back over this a little bit in certain spots because this pen doesn't splay. I have calligraphy pens that do, of course, which is where these tines here will kind of spread apart a little bit as you draw down on a letter or a number, creating a wide form after. That's all right. So that's what we're starting off with, the title. Here is the concept. So I'm going to move this down a little bit and yeah, let's see how this goes. So in my head, here's what I have going on. I'm going to do kind of a slightly larger version in my brain. For this doodly sketch thing. And some of that will kind of hide a little bit too. So this would be young Mr. Potter. Let his ears stick out a little bit further there. Have him kind of hunched over a little bit and not wearing his robe. Just sort of like a tracksuit or something like that. Let's say knee here, and then his hand for support on that knee there. Okay, I'm going to move this up just a little bit. Sketching is kind of a fun thing. It gives you the ability to draw multiple lines and kind of select one that you might want to use. At least that's how I kind of treat it anyway. So that would be there. Let's say we're going to have him kneeling. So that knee is going to be on the ground. This part of the jacket can be kind of fallen down to more of its natural sort of spot. Back leg here, foot in behind, something like that. But for fun, because I want this to be kind of, yeah. So here he's reaching out. We have a big dog. Maybe the dog is kind of hunching a little bit too. Kind of messy fur. That's how I'm picturing this in my head. But mainly kind of seated just for sake of this little scratchy picture that I have going on. Dip the pen. Move the tail out like this. But here, just for fun, I'm going to do kind of in the background. I'm just going to set up a frame. So in Hogwarts, the school, the castle, there are portraits all over the place. And those portraits, many of them are alive. That's interesting because the students can communicate with them and they can even communicate with each other. With this one, I'm going to draw a picture of Salazar Sytherin. Kind of looking down at whatever's going on between these two and not immediately happy about it. And around his neck, we will have a locket. Give him that villainous looking cape, that high collar, which is oh so cool, I guess. Oh, I did that out of sight. Let's have him not be so happy with whatever's going on here. His arms are going to be crossed. Of course, it would be green. For fun, we'll just do some background stuff there. Nothing too serious. Be like a tree or something, let's say, just for fun. Another tree, some clouds or whatever. Underneath here, you'd have his name. It'd be like Salazar Sytherin. That is the rough idea in my head of what I kind of picture for my dust jacket protector. Here it would be kind of funny, although I don't think it would ever really happen. You could have a collar, but I don't think this dog would wear a collar. No, let's not put that on there. Add a little bit more shape to the front leg of this. Shaggy dog. All right, well, I think that's all. Not much more needed than that, I don't think. Yeah. That's it. There you go. You have Harry petting a big shaggy dog with Salazar Sytherin in the background, looking kind of upset about it for some reason. Interesting. Let me add a little bit more length to this beard, but I didn't want it to interrupt the collar and the locket. That's it for the concept. All right, folks. Have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Ciao for now.